You better slow down the next time you're driving your car, because California has a new law that allows for speed cameras to give you a ticket of up to $500 depending upon how fast over the speed limit you've been going. Coming up, I'll tell you what's in the law, where the cameras are going to be located, and what you can do to fight to stop this money grab. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California, and you may remember from the past 10 years something called the red light camera. Remember that whole controversy? Well, a lot of communities rebelled against red light cameras. They came about in about 2008 is when the first ones were installed in California. And this is where cities and counties would contract with private companies who would then come in and put the money into all the equipment needed to take photographs of people if they're not coming to a complete stop at stop signs or red lights. They run a red light, and then that company would send a ticket to the individual who owns the car. And then, of course, there would be some penalty, and the company would keep a profit. Typically, a couple things were happening. Number one, these companies were getting rich, and the cities were getting very little of the money. But they were getting some money. Number two, people were getting absolutely decimated by the cost of these tickets, because it wasn't like, oh, here's a $50 ticket, here's a $100 ticket. It used to be, well, here's a ticket that's $250 plus there's a $100 processing fee, plus there's a $75 state mandated fee, plus there's a $25 for the good of the order fee. Very quickly, people were seeing like $400 or $500 tickets easily for not coming to a complete stop at the red light or the stop sign, or going through the yellow light and it turns red. The other thing that we saw is that people were complaining about the flash of light that some of these cameras would use, and it would startle drivers and create unsafe conditions. The reality is this: people rebelled. Most of the cities ended up ending the program. There are still a few cities where I guess the politicians just are immune from the public pressure that have the red light cameras. But it was a scam. It was a money grab. It didn't have anything to do really with public safety. Now comes the state politicians in on the action. Here's a headline from Fox 11. Newsom signs bill approving speed cameras in these California cities. I'll tell you about which California cities will be hit in just a minute. Here is the report. Let's listen in.
Some will have strong opinions on where these cameras should be placed. Busy intersections like the one here behind me in Canoga Park within the city of LA. And speeding drivers could be hit with a fine up to $500 depending on how fast they're going. And you can see it here, what those cameras will look like. They'll be installed in 6 California cities, including Los Angeles, Glendale, and Long Beach, generating fines starting at $50 for speeding 11 miles above the limit, with a $500 fine for speeding 100 over. Assembly Bill 645 signed into law by Governor Newsom last week, and it makes speed cameras legal in the state for the first time. They'll be aimed at what are considered high accident corridors, school zones, and areas frequented by street.
They're not going to aim them for those areas. They're aiming them for your wallet. Let's be clear about this. This isn't about, let's make schools safer. Let me just be very, very blunt. Do you think that Newsom and the California Democrats that run our government, or mayors like Karen Bass or Tal Gloria or London Breed, do you think they care about your public safety? Because if they cared about your public safety, they probably shouldn't be allowing criminals back out on the street. They probably shouldn't be endorsing no bail policies. They probably should repeal Prop 47 and Prop 57, the catch and release initiatives that they foisted on us. Maybe they shouldn't support George Soros type district attorneys. Maybe they should support the police. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they should go through a whole bunch of policies that have shown us clearly they don't give a rip about your safety. They don't give a rip about public safety. They don't want to combat crime or make things safer. Here, they're telling us exactly what they want. They want money. It's the almighty dollar. Anything that they can do to get more of your money. Look, I will grant you that there are some speed demons out there that should be disciplined. And that's why I support more police. I want to see police out there to make judgments and decide whether this car is going absurdly fast that we should, crack down on them. But I will also acknowledge the fact that going the flow of traffic usually puts you above the speed limit. Can we be honest here? It's just you and me. You do recognize that you probably speed too, and you don't even realize it. You're like, this seems safe. I'm going the flow of traffic. If I actually go the speed limit on the freeway, I actually could get in trouble because people are angry with me and things are going too slow, and I actually create a hazard. Again, we can debate traffic. We can debate speed limits. But the best way to look at speed limits is to have law enforcement. And we're not seeing this absurd increase in problems with speeding. It's been the same level as ever. It's always going to be there, probably. We're probably going to be moving to driverless cars. So let me just say that this is not a crisis problem. The only thing that makes sense here is that the politicians want money, and they're going to get money. By the way, the cities where this is going to be implemented first: Los Angeles, Glendale, Long Beach, San Francisco, San Jose, and Oakland. I can guarantee you, though, that you're going to have a speed camera coming to your neighborhood real soon, even if you don't live in those areas, because of the money that they're going to get from programs like these. They are presenting it as though it's public safety. It's not. By the way, the law that you can actually pull up is Assembly Bill 645, AB 645, supported by Democrats, signed into law by Governor Gavin Newsom. Absolutely absurd. Again, you may say, well, I'm for cracking down on speed demons. That's all well and good, but this is not about public safety. This is not about that issue. This is exclusively about getting more money so that these politicians can give it to their special interest backers. That's the way the system works. You get to pay more. They get to benefit politically until we say no. And this is one of those things that I believe people are, once they get those tickets, they're going to be angry. They're going to be upset. And that's why we need to be able to give them the outlet to change the politicians, to throw the people out who back this sort of approach. Go online to reformcalifornia.org, reformcalifornia.org. Join the fight. We provide updates on news stories like this all the time on that website. Share the stories that are up there. Help us break through the censorship of the liberal media and big tech by liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and sharing it with your friends. And of course, please contribute what you can at Reform California. Sign up to get our updates. We send out a voter guide every election. So by signing up at that website, you'll get our plain English voter guide when your ballot arrives in the mail. Until next time, try not to speed too much. Be careful of a $500 speeding ticket through these electronic monitoring devices, and stay in touch. Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California. Thanks for watching. Help us break through the censorship of the liberal media by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.